All right, 6 o'clock, we'll call this regular village board meeting to order. If you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Bowden?
Here.
Trustee Hudson?
Here.
Trustee Jones?
Here.
Trustee Maravka?
Here.
Trustee Sluse?
Here.
Trustee Sturba?
Here. All right, public comments.
Hi everybody, I'm Catherine Mon. I've been to quite a few of the meetings recently. Just here to remind y'all that we are not giving up on our right for backyard hens, and to congratulate anybody new on the board today. And that's really all I had to say today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Jolene. I'm also here in support of the Peatone chicken ordinance having a change. I just wanted to remind you that we have been asking for this change for quite some time. We've presented a lot of benefits of chicken keeping. I do understand there is a little pushback, but there always is with change. So I would like to just encourage you to consider there are many different opposing viewpoints. Nobody's viewpoint is more important than anybody else's. I just think that if we work together and come up with something that is fair and that has worked in other areas, that it could help in the village of Peatone. Not only bring in money, but keep the people who are for the chicken ordinance happy, and with the proper restrictions, it would keep the people that are against the chicken ordinance happy as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, moving on to the consent agenda. We've got a few items. Approve the minutes of the April 24th regular village board meeting. Our accounts payable and payroll. Payroll from the pay period ending April 29th for $51,820.83. Accounts payable for the pay period ending May 5th out of the general fund, $29,708.49. The Business Development District Fund, $11,715 for a total of $41,423.49. There is also a special event street closure for the St. Paul Church Eucharistic Procession on Conrad and Crawford Streets on June 11th from 11:20 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There's a resignation letter of Police Officer Nick Kovar. A new business registration for Hardcore Hammers on 1201 Teal Avenue, and approving liquor and tobacco renewals for Del Carmen, a liquor license, Susie Saloons, Liquor and Tobacco, Speedway Liquor and Tobacco, and Dollar General Tobacco. Is there any items on the consent agenda that the trustees would like to remove? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion.
Second. Been moved by trustee Maravka, second by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, on to staff and committee reports. Angie, got anything?
Yes, I do. Thank you. We are set to begin flushing the hydrants in Peatone tomorrow, so this is a yearly maintenance that we do. We should have sent out alert, well, we did send out an alert today, so if, we divided up in kind of different regions. So if we were to begin flushing in your area tomorrow, you should have received did you receive a call? Okay. And so in that, we do say that flushing the hydrants, because it does mix stuff up a little bit, nothing harmful, but it could cause discoloration, so just kind of be mindful of that when doing laundry and such. You may experience a little bit of lower pressure. Some people don't even notice at all, but we just put that in the alert, just as an FYI. And in total, it should take us about 3 weeks to get through the whole village. So starting tomorrow, and then we'll carry on about the next 3 weeks. So that's it. All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Troy, you got anything?
Just to let everyone know that we're working on the design for the MFT resurfacing project. We should have it to IDOT next week for review and likely be out to bid in late May or early June, awarded in June, and then by the time contracts and IDOT approves, we're probably looking at early July for construction, my best estimate.
Okay.
To start.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it for committee reports. On to my comments. We had planned on doing a sidewalk connecting Oak Street to the elementary school. The most feasible and cheapest way to do that was to go through the school property near their soccer fields. I had talked to the school board and the superintendent about them granting us an easement to do that, and they are not prepared to do that at this time. They might have plans, future plans for that area for sports fields. So they kind of put we kind of stopped doing the engineering on that part of the sidewalk program this year. We're still gonna do Corning, and I asked Bob to come up with some other sidewalk areas that we could do this year, either ones that are, crumbling or buckled. He did mention that there's a stretch on Blaine Street. They don't have any continuous sidewalks on either side of Blaine Street, so we may do that this year. So. Just want to mention community garage sales are happening on June 16th and 17th. There's been information put out on Facebook. It's on our website. The village is sponsoring this year. In years past, it's always been the chamber, so it's just a little bit different, but the format will be the same. It's just you'll turn in your applications. Stacy's kind of doing the work on that, along with Kate in the front office. So we hope to put together, have a map for everybody. Turn in your application. It's just a $5 fee for that. I just, the public comment, again, talked about chickens. I do want to just let everybody know that we will have something on the agenda at our next meeting, as long as, I want to make sure we have a full board. So hopefully everybody will make it 2 weeks, so that we can get that resolved. There is a blood drive May 23rd at the fire station from 11 to 6. Sign up at redcrossblood.org. And I wanted to congratulate our latest Eagle Scout, Bobby Wilcox. I went to his Eagle Scout ceremony yesterday, and it's always nice to see our youth excelling at something like that. So congratulations to him. I think that is it. We don't have any old business, and I need a motion to adjourn Cindy.
Motion?
Second.
Been moved by trustee Sluse, seconded by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Bowden?
Yes.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna have the oath of office for the newly elected officials, and trustee Bowden and trustee Jones, don't go anywhere, because we've got a presentation for you a little bit farther down on the agenda, okay? All right, so do I need to read anything with the,
Adjourn, Cindy. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't think you sent the.
okay. So, at that point, we will have all the officials are elected, so trustee Hudson and trustee Sluse and new trustee Richards, come on up.
All right.
I'll need you to sign it after. And then I'll have to raise your hand and I'll read it and you just repeat. I state your name.
I, Julie Sluse.
We're doing it all together. I, Gary Hudson.
Jackie Richards.
Having been appointed to the office of village trustee for the village of Peatone,
Having been appointed to the office of village trustee for the village of Peatone,
county of Will,
county of Will,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of village president according to the best of my ability.
of village president according to the best of my ability.
But one wrong. Village trustee. Village trustee, right? We only got one village president.
This is the one that they used for the last trustee one, so
Yeah.
I will amend that.
Village trustee.
Yeah, just,
Pass it out.
yes, but say that last part again. So
Okay. And that I will faithfully discharge the duties
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of village trustee
of the office of village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Good job. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't burn it.
I'll seriously hear now.
Mike, don't go anywhere. Okay.
Sneaking out.
Where would you like my photos? Here, over there. Oh, no, you're gonna take your seat over there.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
All right, will clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Hudson,
Yes, here.
trustee Maravka,
Yes.
trustee Richards,
Yes.
trustee Sandberg, trustee Sluse,
Yes.
trustee Sturba.
Yes.
All right, moving on to business, could I have former trustees Jones and Bowden come on up? So the village has a little certificate thanking you for your service to the village. Personally, I've got a couple little cards and gift cards for some places around town. I just want to say it's been a pleasure serving on the board with both of you guys. Pat, your common sense and your financial acumen knows no bounds. You're one of the biggest reasons why we've gone from huge deficits in our budgets and our pension, police pension fund out of control to now we're actually making the prescribed payments to those pension funds, and we actually had a little bit of a surplus in our budget last year. So that's a great tribute to your leadership on the AOC. Mike, what can I say? You have such a passion for the village, what our village looks like, what it could be. You've single-handedly resurrected our tree program and our sidewalk program. You know, there's a saying that says a society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they will never sit. So I just think, 50 years from now, people are going to come down in Peatone and say, wow, this place has a lot of nice trees and it's nice shady streets and it's so cool here. And it's all going to be a testament to the effort that you've put in. So I'm going to miss you guys on the board, and I really I look forward to continue to work with you. Just because you won't be here on Monday nights doesn't mean I'm not going to bug you to help me to do things. I really appreciate the time that we've spent together, so appreciate it. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. guys. Okay, next item on the agenda is a motion to approve a proclamation for National Police Week. And I will read the proclamation. To recognize National Police Week 2023 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Peatone Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, more than 23,785 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and have been killed in the line of duty. Whereas the names of those dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Whereas 556 new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial this spring, including 224 officers killed in 2022 and 332 officers killed in previous years. Whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families. Therefore, be it resolved that the Village of Peatone will observe May 14th through the 20th, 2023 as National Police Week in the Village of Peatone and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation.
I will motion.
Second.
Been moved by Trustee Maravka, second by Trustee Sluse.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
And next item on the agenda is a motion to approve proclamation for National Public Works Weeks on May 21st through May 27th. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the Village of Peatone. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in the Village of Peatone to gain knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in the respective communities. And whereas the year 2023 marks the 63rd annual National Public Works Weeks, resolved, I, Mayor Pete March, do hereby designate the week May 21st to 27th, 2023 as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join events and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and quality of life. Need a motion?
Second.
Moved by Trustee Hudson, second by Trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, moving on, motion to approve an ordinance amending various sections of Chapter 72, parking regulations of the Village Code of the Village of Peatone. This will be ordinance 23-09. So, this all came about, there was some questions about what type of trailers and RVs we allow to be parked in the village. We had a committee meeting. From that committee meeting, we came up with some guidelines that are included in this ordinance. As we were going through Chapter 72, which covers pretty much parking all over the village, there was quite a few items that we wanted to correct. So it's not just the trailer parking, there's quite a bit, quite a few other things. I'll just go through a few of these things. Hopefully you guys had a chance to read through all those, but we're not allowing parking on residential streets for any vehicles that have license plates Class B and above. So between the hours of 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. So we don't want large trucks parked on the street. There's no parking, and this really isn't new, but you can't park across the sidewalk, block a sidewalk. You can't park in the parkway. You can't block somebody's driveway. You know, just common sense, things like that. We kind of revamped our handicapped parking section. We had some inconsistencies in there, and we made there's a standard fine of $350 that we added in there. We've always had some signs in town that you can't turn left into a parking spot, but I don't think we ever had an ordinance backing up those signs, so we added that in there. We added that you can't back into a angled parking spot. Vehicles have to be parked on a hard surface. An existing drive of gravel is okay, but you can't increase the size of that driveway going forward unless you do it in a hard surface. A lot of this other stuff is just kind of cleaning up things. And then so getting to the part about the trailers. In the past, we kind of split up RVs and other trailers, but for the purposes of now, they're all the same. So if you can park a utility trailer or an RV. So it's proposed that we limit up 2 trailers or RVs per property. So you could have 2 RVs, you could have 2 trailers, or 1 of each. But only 1 can be parked in the front yard, which means in front of your house. If you have an additional 1, they can be parked on the side or the rear of the house. They must be parked on a hard surface. Again, no gravel surfaces unless it's an existing gravel driveway, but you can't extend a driveway with just gravel to park another vehicle on it. One of the things we had, if you're parking in your side yard or anywhere, it should be 10 feet away from any adjacent dwelling. And I know there were some questions about that. We can talk about that. They have to be licensed. They have to be in working order. So that about covers it. And I think that's about it for here. So, questions from the trustees?
Is there any reason why we went with a B plate? Like, I understand for some people, like 1 ton, but like my truck's a 3/4 ton, and I'm a B plate, but if I would've got a diesel, I would've had to get a D plate. Or just change the engine would've been different.
Yeah, Chief kind of came up with that one.
Yeah, because currently ordinance says no vehicles over 3/4 ton.
Yeah.
Well, my car weighs more than that.
Yeah.
So right now the ordinance reads, we can't have anything parked on the street. Because everybody's car weighs more than 1,200 some pounds. Because it wasn't clear, so the class B, we went through the state code and we went off of that. Because class B will go up to an F-250.
Yeah, because mine's a 2,500. I think I'm right under 8,000. But if I would've got the diesel, it would've put me at 9,000.
Put you over, yeah.
Put me over the weight, just for an engine difference. That was my only question for that.
Would you have had a B license then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. The only thing that changes for your license wise is if you go to CDL and like depending on weight you're hauling and stuff like that. Like I got CDL B air brake endorsement, but I always had a 3/4 ton pickup truck, at F-250 or anything like that. Never changed my license.
But the plate itself.
We have a D
Plate goes with the weight.
because my husband has a diesel truck.
Uh-huh.
It's not a dually, so
It just goes
maybe
by
it's
the weight of the
just
truck.
a little heavier.
Yeah, like if anything over 8,000, because you could technically in my truck, if I would have got a diesel and I I wouldn't have to get anything that's a D plate. I think you have to get tested or something like that. But you can get a C plate where you don't have to get tested, saying that you're not going to haul a certain amount of weight with a truck that doesn't that's over the weight for a B plate. Because I had to go through all this when I was getting my other truck. Because I was going to buy a 3500, but I would have had to get a D or C plate.
So I mean, this just says you can't park it on the street at
Yeah.
night then. Any other questions?
I had a couple. I just want to make sure I carried out the intent when I wrote this. You said that you can't back into angled parking spaces, but this says you can't back into any, because that's how I understood that you guys wanted it. Can't back into any village parking spaces. Is that the intent, or do we want angled?
I mean,
I think
Most of them
everything
are.
is angled.
Okay.
yeah, I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Anything
I mean,
else?
it doesn't include like the school parking or park parking or anything like that, so yeah, I think all the ones in downtown are equal.
We just
Okay.
don't want people pulling out on the wrong side of the street.
No, I understand that.
Sounds fair.
And then the last one was you said you could have 2 recreational vehicles and 2 trailers per property, but this says 1.
Total. So,
It says you could have 1 recreational vehicle and 1 trailer.
right, and so that was a mistake, so we wanted, you can have 2 total,
Either one each or 2 of one
2 of one,
kind
2
or.
of the other, but only 1 in the front yard.
Yep.
So the other question, trustees, you kind of let me know, I mean, if it is in the side yard, you know, we put that it has to be 10 feet away from an adjacent dwelling. Now, some of our older homes, there's not a whole lot of space between, like, some people have a drive right on the property line, and the houses are, you know, 6 feet away from the property line. I mean, the setback in R3 is only 6 feet. In R3, it's 8 feet, and R1, it's 10 feet. So, the thought behind that was, you know, do you want to have a big trailer, you know, parked next to you, you know, where you're looking out your kitchen window, there's a trailer right there. I mean, it's up to you guys. I just, that was the thought behind that if you're gonna park something on the side of your house, it's gotta be at least 10 feet away from a dwelling, so.
I think that makes sense.
What if their driveway though is on the side going back to the garage and the house is
Oh, okay.
Well, as long as they're not parked right next
right
to the house.
next to it?
Yeah,
Plants right next to the garage, or next to the house. But we wouldn't be parking in the grass. Closer to the, yeah.
and then the other thing we had, I forgot to say, is, we wanted to keep, so no trailers, RVs can be parked in the parkway, obviously, or within 2 feet of the sidewalk, and, I mean, we don't want any cars on the sidewalk. It was brought up in that meeting that we wanted to keep the trailer balls away from the sidewalk a little bit, because, they're more of a hazard. If a kid goes by on his bike, might not see the trailer ball sticking out there, so.
So do we wanna keep it 2 or go down to 1?
I'm okay with either way. 1 or 2.
Yeah, just leave it at 2, I think it's fine. So we're not putting any restrictions on the size of the trailers, I mean, as long as they
Yeah.
fit, you know, in the person's driveway or whatever, so. Other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve this ordinance. It'll be 23-09.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, seconded by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
And so what I'd like to do with this, we'll have our new building coordinator work on some educational material for everybody. We'll put it up on our website, put it on Facebook. I mean, we're not gonna run out and write tickets to everybody, but, we'll try to educate people and give them a little time to get in compliance, and then go from there. Okay? I think that's it. Question, I don't see the press here. Any other correspondence from the trustees? Very good. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you.